So Firebase Z is finally out, and today I'm going to be doing a full breakdown of the map. And what I mean by that is just give you the idea of how the map is laid out, a little bit of strategies on how to get the map open and just how you should go about that, and just giving you locations of things that are important. Things like the perks, Wonder Fizz, also crafting tables, arsenals, ether reactors, even though those are marked, but I'll mention them anyways, and just everything else that will be important to when you are playing a game of Firebase Z. And we're just going to be, pretty much giving you the whole, look around of the, the map and just seeing exactly how this map is laid out and how exactly we could go about doing all of this. But with that all said, let's go ahead and get into this, and we're going to start at spawn. And I have opened all the doors. I don't really want to mention where all the doors are because, like, it doesn't really matter. You guys can figure that out yourselves because you guys aren't idiots. But I will mention when some doors are important or not or whatever. But either way, guys, we're going to start off here in spawn or courtyard, and we have like a ammo box right here, which is kind of important. Going up here, there's actually a power door, so you can't actually go in here at the start of the game, but you can go out here. You go around here, can't go there because of the power door, and go here. The reason I'm mentioning this is because when you actually do have the power open, there's a little shortcut to get up to that teleporter. It's just hop, yeah, a little trick like that. Just thought I should mention that. But as for the rest of the things that are down here, we have ourselves the crafting table, and also we got ourselves a little pack-a-punch. Now, what I want to do here is go into these power doors, and this is, again, another power door, so you don't have access to this area, but there is an arsenal here where you buy your armor and level up your weapons. You also have a Wonder Fizz machine right here. Again, inside a power door, you won't have access to that right away, but once you turn on all three ether generators, you'll have access to this area, and it has a lot of goodies because, especially for this Wonder Fizz, there's not I guess a perk machine for pop. I mean, no one really wants elemental pop, but for Deadshot daiquiri. So yeah, that's a whole thing. But regardless, again, closed off areas up here. I guess you can go here, but that's a closed area and that's a closed area, but whatever. Over here, I'm not really going to mention wall buys, but this one I will since it is, all epic looking. There's also intel for Omega right there. Might as well just activate that. But we can hop up there and just get to the teleporter, but normally not able to do that. But if we go through here, we have Quick Revive. Quick Revive actually is a perk that you could get. You actually don't have to buy any doors, which is kind of funny that they kept that whole thing in this game, even though, Quick Revive doesn't give you self-revives, but whatever. Either way, we head up through here. There's a gallow if you want it. It's a green gallow. Wouldn't really recommend it, but there's nothing really up here until we get to the teleport, and we're going to take that right now for we could get into the helipad. Now, at the helipad, obviously, there's a teleporter we just took that's going to take you back to the village, the only way back to the village that we are currently have access to, or probably will have access to this entire time. But regardless, we have ourselves the little trial things. I want to call them rewards and trials at the same time. I don't know why, but regardless, this is all going to be here. Cool stuff. Yeah, you love to see that stuff, I guess. Over here we have another crafting table, which in this game they love to add these crafting tables. Tombstone right after that, looking all good. And then from there, this is where I want to actually give you guys a little help on how to open this map. Also, there's an ammo box. Probably should mention that. But there are three different ether reactors that you could do. There's one in that building that you get through going through here, one in that building that you get through going through there, and then there's going to be this one over here that you get by going through here. What I would say is that never ever go to this one first. Well, maybe not never, but it is the least efficient one, and I will explain why in just a little bit, because it's just going to you don't get to skip doors like you can going through these other two, and I want to show you guys that. In fact, you can go through that one, but I recommend going through this door first, and again, I'll show you why here in a little bit. But when we get to this open lot area, we got ourselves a little ammo box, cool looking stuff. Nothing else downstairs, the useless wall by over there. You can hop through this window, which I thought was really cool. I was really fascinated with it. Nothing down here or over there, but we do have an arsenal right here, which that's the second one. So that's already an improvement over D Machina, because D Machina only had one. I also mentioned there's a Omega Intel under this table. It's a real sneaky one, so keep an eye out for that. But before we continue to go, I want to mention this door, because I had originally thought this door right here was a power door, because there's a lot of power doors here that I'll point out here and there. But this one actually isn't a power door, and you can just straight buy through here. And also, that's a really good gun. You should probably get that if you want a blue howler. But then you can just go over here for 15k. That's all you have to do, and you have access to another. And this is the reason why I say never open through this location, like through that location straight through here, because you just pay extra 15k and you just have access to this other reactor and no power required. Just go through there. And it's epic. We'll come back to this area and we'll further break down this area. But for now, I just wanted to mention that little shortcut because it's pretty cool. But if we continue back over here, we have a door that's definitely not going to be used for the Easter egg that we currently can't do anything. Also, there's a sneaky Samantha intel over there. Regardless, we have our mission control room. We have an ammo box. Also, we're almost certain this is where William Peck is going to be. We're going to interact with him when we get to the Easter egg. We have ourselves the ether reactor. Pretty cool stuff. But if we head up here, stamina up, very cool. Very cool stuff. Yeah, it's very good perk. Then we have a jump pad. Now, these jump pads is going to take you to the jungle defense. So I'll put a little clip of me using this jump pad, and the round just ended. So I'm going to just finish this round, get to last zombie again, and I'll see you guys back in here in a second. So if we continue as nothing happened, over here we have another bounce pad. This is going to take us to Rocky Defense. Of course, you can't use these bounce pads until all three of the, I guess, the ether reactors are activated, but they're cool to use because you'll have one from every location that could take you to the other two locations, to the other two defense locations, so they're cool like that. But if we actually go outside, we actually go to, again, you can't open this till this ether reactor is open because it's a power door, but if we go to Scorch Defense, we don't really got much going on here except for the crafting table, which there's a ton of these around the map. Keep that in mind, dude. There's just a lot. Useless wall buy, don't worry about that. We do have an artillery or napalm strike, excuse me, that you could pick up. If sometimes it's free, I think, when you get your trials or your assault rounds. But yeah, then you have a ammo location. You can just go and pick that up. Nothing else over there, even though there's a lot of locations. I mean, there's a part for the wonder weapon over there, but we're not talking about. But this is the reason why I recommend going to this location first, is because not only can you buy that door to get to the other location like I had mentioned earlier, but on top of that, you get this area right here. When you turn on power, this door opens. This is a power door right here. I'm pretty sure. I could be slightly mistaken. I should probably double check that. But from my one test in this game, when this is a power door, and once you turn on that ether reactor, you have access to this, so you don't have to buy this door, which, it's a small thing, but it's still kind of worth mentioning. Either way, when you actually let's just pretend we came in through this side in case that don't work, because I'm pretty sure it do, but I don't know, who knows. Either way, if you walk in here, the barracks, we have another arsenal, so 3 arsenals in total on this map. So that's pretty cool. You have yourself another ammo location, nothing really else over here, useless wall buys, empty rooms, and yeah, so we're just going to move over to the data center. The data center itself, we have a bounce pad. This will take you to Scorch Earth, obviously, because that's the direction it's pointing. Down here, we'll come back up in here in a second, but down here we have the ether reactor. Nothing really else here besides the ether reactor, just a useless wall buy. So we're not going to pay attention to that. We have an ammo box right there. We have an intel for the one that you have to go back to every single game, so that's cool. Speed Cola. And if we go out here, we have a bounce pad. This bounce pad will take you to the jungle defense. So if you guys want to go a quick route to the jungle defense, so you can go through there. Either way, if we hop down here, which you don't have to hop down in here, as long as the ether reactor is activated, you could go through any 3 of these doors. But when you get here, you have yourself an artillery strike, which is pretty nice. But besides that, you do have a crafting table. There's one at every single location, so every single defense location. So that means you have 5 throughout the entire map, which is insane compared to the other. Dimashia only had 2, so that's a lot. But either way, there's this door right here that I left closed, and I should have left another door closed, the other shortcut door closed. But the reason I left it closed is because this is really weird. Because it takes us to the weapon labs, but the weapon labs has a buyable door. Like, this is a buyable door, but on this side, it's a power door. So this door was actually open the entire time. I should have ran around and showed you guys, but I didn't. But for some reason, it's a Bible door and a power door. So if you are trying to be cheap or you just can't afford it at the time, you don't actually have to buy this door. You just go around and then walk in through here as long as you have this ether reactor on, which makes a little sense that this power door is affected by that, ether reactor, and not the one that you would think is on this side. But regardless, that's a thing. But when you get in here, you're going to be using, the little wonder weapon. Also, another arsenal. I lied. There's another one. So, yeah, that's a thing, I guess. There's a lot of everything. But regardless, now you go through here again. We're just going to pretend we walked in through this location. Ooh, look at this. We're over here now. You have ourselves an ammo box. Very, very cool. I forgot to mention this, but this is actually one of the first box locations, or could be one of the first. The other one is somewhere over there. Who cares? You guys can look up into the sky and find that yourself. Regardless, when you get over here, we actually have our last location. This is going to be military command. Now, there's an ammo box I keep missing, but there it is. And, that's a cool thing, I guess. Of course, you have yourself the ether reactor, which you're probably going to already know about. You have yourself Juggernog, which, even though I told you this is the last area you want to go through, or not the last area, but it's the first. You don't want to go to this one first. It does have Jug, so I think that's the reason why they kind of made it all weird. But as I said, if you do open through the location I told you to, just go ahead, open through this area. You can turn on that, and then just run over here, and then open this door, and you get over here with skipping a door that you don't have to buy. So if you want Jug, you just do that. These are power doors right here. You don't normally have access to this, but we're going to pretend that doesn't, or we're not going to pretend. They're actually open. But regardless, you have yourself another crafting table, dude. So many crafting tables. You get yourself an ammo box and a cruise missile by location. So those are all very, very cool. But to finish this off, there's only two last things. One of them is this bounce pad that's going to take you to Scorched Defense, which is, I guess, cool or something. And if we hop over to the opposite side, we could go all the way to, what is this location? I forget what it's called. To Rocky Defense, because this is Jungle Defense. So, we could just hop between all of these. But regardless, that's pretty much the breakdown of the map. Just all of the perk locations, anything that you may find useful throughout the map. And, yeah. It's not as in-depth as my previous map breakdowns from previous games, but I feel like this one is just more of what's important to when you're playing, instead of giving you, like, every single wall buy, every single price of the wall buy, every single door, and all that crazy stuff. I think this is honestly the better way of doing this, to be completely honest. Just giving you guys the stuff that's important. But regardless, that's about it for me. If you guys did enjoy this video and you found it helpful, I would appreciate if you guys like, subscribe, bell, share, and all that great stuff. But I'm going to head out, and I'll catch you guys in my next stream, video, or the heck it may be. And also drop a like and sub, because, or especially sub, because we're going to be covering more and more of this Firebase Z. But anyways, that's about it for me. I'll catch you guys in the next one, and laters, guys.